Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast. Today, I wanted to talk about the elusive third manship class. So there's showmanship, there is horsemanship, and then there's that invisible class that hangs over the entire show, sportsmanship. Now, it is something that we don't really think about, that we just do, right? I mean, we're so busy with getting ready for our classes and eating and taking care of the horses that we kind of forget ourselves sometimes. So I wanted to give just a friendly reminder about what exactly is sportsmanship and some of the lessons that I have learned along the way, some of them hard-earned. So first thing is first. Let's talk about the worst case scenario. You had a bad pattern. Maybe you missed your diagonal. Maybe the horse didn't lop off as soon as you asked. Maybe they just misbehaved or spooked at something. It happens to the best of us. But I cannot stress enough, at the end of that class, the first thing you need to do is thank your horse. They're there, they're working their tails off for you. So the least that you can do is give them a pat on the back, give them a rub on the butt, and say thank you for your patience with me. I appreciate everything that you do for me. And that kind of brings me to my next point. Sometimes you get out of that class and you're like, oh, you're thinking, man, I could have done that better. Man, I wish my horse wouldn't have popped his head up. And one of your competitors, hey, you just had a really nice pattern. It's so easy to turn to them and go, ooh, yeah, well, I didn't think it was very good. I would change this, and this definitely wasn't good. And then you've just turned them off, and you're just throwing that thank you compliment back in their face. I know it's tempting, but don't do it. When somebody compliments you, thank them. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to thank me. They didn't have to compliment you. They're your competitor. So think about it. I mean, they could just kind of, oh, that was really good. She's probably going to beat me. They see things differently than you do. You're used to your horse and every little thing that they do. But from an outside perspective, who knows? It couldn't have been that bad. So keep on riding, even if things aren't going well. Speaking of which, if things aren't going well, keep in mind, when you come out of that pattern, do not start ripping on your horse. I know it's tempting, and it's just I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do with this. I can't believe you had your head up, and you start ripping on that face. Don't. Please don't. You are now going to associate that pattern or that class, and they're going to come out, and they're going to get in trouble. Horses remember, and so they're going to start misbehaving in the class, and it's just going to be a downward spiral. So my best suggestion for you is, if you're mad at your horse, get out of that class. Don't touch it. Just get off and put it in its stall. And that kind of leads me into my 5-minute rule. You're allowed to be upset. You are. It's human nature. So don't take it out on your horse. Put them away. Cry, scream, be angry, yell into a pillow. Whatever you need to do to de-stress, do it. But for 5 minutes. After that 5 minutes is up, you're done. You're not allowed to be upset anymore. That class is in the past. Get ready and think about the next class. What can I do better? Do I need to go out and lunge my horse? Maybe that'll make me feel better. Do I need to study my pattern? Whatever it is, just move on. That's my best suggestion. And I didn't really mention this before, but if you're tempted to get after your horse for something, sometimes they do need to be disciplined after class. They're just maybe being rude. Sometimes you have to get after your horse. But remember, everyone is watching. And I'm not just talking about the judges or the ring stewards. I'm talking about fellow competitors, the guy at the hot dog stand, the show office. There are people watching. So before you have those thoughts oh, I just wanna punch you so bad. We've all had those thoughts, seriously. Don't do it. because your horse is, again, your partner, and you have to mutually respect them. So it kind of brings me to another point. If you have a bad pattern, you still have to be respectful. And if you have a good pattern, it is wise to be humble about it too, because it works both ways. So arrogance is never, ever the answer. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you can take something away from it. I just wanted to talk about it here on the heels of the World Show. It's a very busy season right now. And I also wanted to wish the best of luck to all of my competitors at the World Show. Thank you again for listening, and have a good one.